What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. If you can see the smile on my face, it's because we finally got these fittings to do this oil drain line for the turbo. They were tracking for Monday, but they showed up late Saturday night, or at least that's when I saw them in the mailbox. I was thinking about doing the nylon hose, but you know, I'm gonna stick with the braided stuff. It's harder, stronger, and the stuff gets really hot. It's so close to the manifold. So I'm gonna use this small piece that I have left of braided dash 10, and I'm gonna sleeve it with this heat shrink that I got from Advanced Auto Parts. So you know, this thing was on there for years, so never had any issues. It's still in one piece, so just gonna stick to the same. I also picked up some paint. My body shop guy had mixed already for me, and I'm gonna be touching up the engine bay with that. The day is not that pretty. It's kind of, you know, it's on and off rain, you know, typical South Florida weather. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I clean up the engine bay while it's out, so you know, so I get those hard to reach places when the motor's out. And that's it. Just touch up, you know, here along the chassis here where the block broke, and kind of scratch off the paint. That's where I wanted to touch up paint for. And that's it. But yeah, guys, we're dropping this beast in today. I'm ready, guys. I want this thing in there already, man. I want to see you know, kind of like the main piece, you know, all come together, and then from there, you know, we're just worried about the small stuff, and finally see if we crank her over and get this thing going, man. It was down for almost a whole year when I was doing the whole body shop work. Got the whole car painted. Then, you know, we dropped it back in, and probably lasted like 2 weeks. You know, we dynoed it, and we made the 1106 and blew up. Literally, you know, I haven't enjoyed the car in the past 2 years, so I just want to drive this thing, man. I just, not even race. I just want to drive. You know, I want to cruise around and enjoy my car, man. That's what I want. So yeah, guys, let's get the ball rolling. All right, guys, here's the hose. It's done. This is the old one. I'm gonna say it's about the same size, maybe a little bit longer. But I measured it out. It's just to give it more clearance, so it's not constantly rubbing on the exhaust manifold. Either way, this wrap here should you know, should kind of extend the life of the hose. So yeah, let's get this thing installed, and one less thing to do. All right, guys, oil return line installed. There it is up there. Fitting was a pain in the ass. I had to take out the compressor cover to get to that fitting, tie it good, and obviously down here was a breeze. So yeah, as you can see, I try to kind of run it so it wouldn't be touching anything. Yeah, got the little guy out here, of course, watching his old man work, repping the Super channel with a t-shirt. Happy hi. Hi. All right, we're ready to drop the motor in. Lift it up a little bit so we could get the engine hoist under. Had the old man helping me here with the engine hoist. I'm gonna be recording with that GoPro up there, and this one on the bottom too.
Sentado, no es tiquitiqui, no, eso es mi man.
All right, guys, as you can see, mission completed. Motor's in. She fits right at home. Everything went pretty smooth. So yeah, now it's just connect all these clips. Already did the power steering line. It was kind of leaking, so I rushed into that one. But that's it. Now it's just put everything little by little. So major parts are done. Everything now is just you know, put the puzzle together. All right, yeah, guys, I'm gonna probably call it for today, and we'll go later on during the weekend. Like always, I'll put the clips together so you guys can see till we do the startup. All right, signing out for today. Good night. What's going on, everyone? Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. We're gonna be spending some time working on the beast. Pretty straightforward. Today I just want to kind of plug in all the harness, make sure everything's lined up, all the ground, especially since it's a different block from what I had before, and just go over all the little details before we get the intake back. The intake I have, the plenum and the plenum and the charge pipe was chrome, but I went ahead and did the bottom runners. It kind of it didn't look that weird, but it kind of stood out to me a little bit, not being chrome or fully polished. So I decided to go ahead and chrome that. So that's what we're waiting for on the intake side, and then I'll see how far we get along today, and see if we go ahead and start lifting up the car to do the tranny maybe tomorrow that we're off from work. And yeah, that's the goal for today, guys. You can see I have the car, I have it open. I'm trying to vent it out as much as I can without that mold that I had in it. So kind of let it breathe, get some sun. So yeah, guys, hopefully we get everything done, and before the end of the year we have this thing running, man. I'm dying to hear how this car sounds and drive it. Check it out. I've been running the wires and clipping them in. Got the harness here, runs out of here, goes down. Here's a cam sensor. I'm only using one this time around, so I kind of zip tied the other one to the main harness down here since it's not going to be used. Knox sensors are wired in. Got here and the other one over here. Also, this is the harness for the R35 coil packs. Ran the ground over here along with the chassis ground. I mean the engine harness ground. Same thing over here. The other chassis ground over here. Made this little bracket over here. You guys can see. It's kind of hold the harness along place, so it wouldn't just be like loose in there or on top of the oil cooler and stuff. So I ran it on there, and it just kind of just sits on there, so it's doesn't move around. Over here is we ran the alternator temp sensors and the crank sensor through the bottom, through down there. I'm gonna get under the car now and figure that out. This is the air AIT temp sensor, TPS. Have that over there, and then over here are the injectors, the map sensor, AIC valve over here, and that's it. Transmission down there, and we're good to go. It's not that bad for wiring. So that pretty much all sits under the intake, so you don't see none of that. But even even down there, so you guys can see there's no there's no cluster mess of cables anywhere. So now I'm just gonna do these. I'm gonna figure out how to do these under the car so I could fit them as snug as possible. I have, this is the alternator, this is a crank sensor, and these are the two temp sensors, which is pretty simple. So we'll see now how how everything lines up. Hopefully it's nothing serious. So yeah, show you guys when it's done. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Here under the car, I've been cleaning up all the wiring. So here it is we're here under the alternator. So you have an idea. I connected the alternator cable. As you can see, it's run under the chassis down here through the front. That's the alternator cable. And then you have the alternator sensor right here. It looks like it's close to the hose, but it's just the cover that makes it look that way. Crank sensors right over here. They're all kind of zip tied together there, and then bring you up here. Those are the two sensors from the water neck. Let's go right under the water neck, straight down. And then I ran them down here on top of this cover here. Bear with me, I'm aiming the light with my iPhone. And then I hooked them up with this clip over here. Right behind the subframe back here. Nicely tucked away. It's hard, there's nothing. Did another clip here, so the cable is nice and hard. And then it feeds up there, you know, cleared away from everything. So nothing here moves. Even if the engine moves a little bit, there's clearance around the cable. It's not like it's rubbing on anything. So yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this ground for the engine. The block doesn't have a hole here on the side, so I'm gonna have to get a longer cable here. Let's see here. What else? That's it. Everything pretty easy. I didn't have to extend or shorten any cables down here. What's going on? Got the car in the air, ready to go. Transmission's here, clutch is here. Got the new hardware down there ready to install. So we're gonna be doing another Chinese install, but not like a couple months ago that we did the Cuban install. So this one, I'm gonna set up a time lapse for you and you guys check it out so you can see how easy it goes. I'm gonna have my little nephew help me out so he can hold down the crank in the front so it doesn't spin while I torque down the bolts in the back. All right, get the flywheel installed. Holds down, torque down to 95 foot-pounds of torque. Transmission's next. I went ahead and put the greaser under the car and holds it down, get rid of all that oil residue it had. So cleaned up pretty good. All right, to the transmission. All right, hard part is done. What we gotta do is just bolt it up now. She's on already. This surprisingly was pretty fast. Something that takes me 2 or 3 tries to get it to line up, but this one popped right in. Little tip for anyone doing it at home: go by the front where the crank is. Get a piece of 2x4 like a foot long, and jack it up by the crank pulley so you could kind of tilt the motor at an angle, and it just will go right in. So yep, hard part is done and should be pretty smooth sailing from here. Everything else is pretty much just bolts up. All right, guys, I'll check back in when everything's bolted up. All right, transmission installed. My light working here. Clutch is installed. Slave is installed. Starter. Transmission, drive shaft now. Drive shaft. And that's it. Oh, and the exhaust. Yeah, but it's pretty simple. All right, it's getting late. Probably the last thing I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna run by the storage, picked up the exhaust, down pipe and mid pipe. Gonna be installing it now. It's getting kind of late. It's already 7ish. But yeah, I wanted to kind of leave it on the floor today and get it off the jack stands, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this mounted and get this thing on the floor so we can call it a night. Hey. Luna. Yeah, what's Luna doing? Come on. What's up? Yeah, you got her? Okay, suavecito. Alright guys, let's get back to the super. Alright guys, it's late. You can see the downpipe is installed too. I want to give you guys a shot of that. Oxygen sensors on. I kind of mounted the radiator here to have an idea what I'm going to do here with the 20 end holes. I don't know if anyone's done that in the past, but they're a little complicated to get right, and they're very precise. You know, it can't be too long, too short. It has to be exact. So I'm thinking 290s will get the job done here. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and order 290s and maybe a 45 just in case. So yeah guys, we got a lot done today. Transmission's mounted, the whole drivetrain is mounted, even the interior shifter and everything's done already. So yeah man, really excited what progress we made today. Exhaust is finally back on after 10 months. So yeah, soon. You just gotta wait on those little things like the radiator, you know, those AM fittings. That's the kind of thing that I mean that takes a while, because you have to order it, you know, about a week to get here, and then, you know, to make it, you know, trial and error, you get it wrong. Hopefully you have enough parts, or you order extra parts to get it right. If not, you know, the process goes on, and that's what kind of, you know, delays the whole thing. Obviously, I already told you guys I'm waiting on the chroming stuff, the lower runners, the wastegate caps. What else? Oh, the fan strap for the fans. This is another thing. I have to run the signal cable to the ECU now through this side into the ECU. So, you know, I'm probably gonna have to take off this fender, which, you know, I hate doing, but I'm gonna have to do it if I want to do it, you know, do it right and clean. And you know, it's one of those things that, you know, it has to be done. I have power here already from the old fan that I had set up. So here's a power. So that side is pretty easy. But yeah, those are the little things that's missing. So I'll say like another 2 or 3 weeks, and maybe we should start getting ready to fire her up. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe to the channel. We're gonna get it running soon, about, like I said, 2 to 3 weeks, maybe less. So stick around guys. Like always, thanks for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care guys.